so you can still get your discount. Get your discount. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. And if you're new here, welcome. Here's a place that we advocate for disability inclusion and spread awareness to make the world just a little bit brighter. My name is Jarnell, and a quick visual description of me is that I'm wearing a pink shirt that's kind of tie-dye, and the background is me in my room. So today we're going to be talking about some Amazon deals. Amazon Prime Day is coming up July 11th and July 12th. Now, if you're watching this after that, that's fine because Amazon still has deals that go on. Often they have flash deals, different things like that. So, you can still watch this and learn from this and, figure out things that you may need. But if you are watching this before Prime Day, trust me, you're going to want to take advantage of it because having a disability and having to pay for stuff can be expensive. It really can. So it's good to get it when things are definitely at a lower price. So we're going to get into some things here. Now I have an Amazon storefront where I put a whole bunch of lists for doing a life with a disability, whether it's school supplies, toys, kitchen, assistive tech, travel, all kinds of stuff. So I'll go through a couple of the lists I have so you guys can kind of get an idea of some of the things that are on the list, something that you may need for you, for your child, for your friend, for your spouse, whatever, and see what we can do to get you into some of these deals. All right, so first we're going to get into some assistive tech. These are kind of like accessibility aids and assistive devices that will help you in your life dealing with a disability. So one of the things I'll talk about is called the Lifty Loo. It's a toilet seat handle lifter tab that makes it easy to lift the toilet seat up and down if you have limited mobility in your hands, and that's perfect. Honestly, if you just have a guy around the house that always forgets to put the toilet seat down, this might be a good visual cue for him to do so as well. We've got some toothpaste caps. Now these would be good for those toothpastes that you have to screw and unscrew if you have, once again, limited mobility or range of motion within your hand, or something like arthritis where it kind of hurts to do some of the fine motor things. That's an awesome tool. It's also an awesome tool if you are able to only use one hand. Then you don't have to worry about trying to hold it and unscrew it. You can just squeeze it and then the cap kind of closes by itself, so you're able to get the toothpaste out. Amazon also has a large print keyboard for your computer. It's very much contrast of colors if you have low vision or are blind, and the letters are larger, so you're able to use that and swap that out to type if you're working from home, if you're working from the office. This is a great thing for you to use. There is a wheelchair backpack or a wheelchair basket to put things on your wheelchair to help you have some storage, because sometimes if you have things in your pocket that may be poking out on the sides where part of the wheelchair is at, so it's easy to be able to just put stuff in the back or on the side. There's different versions of this. So I have different versions on here. There's some that attach to the armrest. There's some that attach to the back of the wheelchair. But either way, they still have storage for your stuff, your phone. In here we got a picture of some food, a cup. Get your Starbucks and enjoy. I have on this list a transfer board, a slide board that's really easy to use if you're transferring from a wheelchair to a bed or a wheelchair to something else. It's wood and it's kind of lacquered, so it's easy to slide and assist with transferring. I also have on my list a couple of text-to-speech pens, which are good for a range of people, a range of disabilities to help out if you have dyslexia or another learning disability when it comes to reading, if you have low vision or are blind, or it's just a wonderful aid. It's a wonderful tool to help scans the text and speaks it out for you. I also added the mechanical switch buttons that come with the battery disruptor so that you're able to use that on items that need a battery, and maybe like a simple switch that maybe is not accessible for you. You can just press the button to turn it on or off instead. All right, so now we'll talk about some sensory tools and sensory play that you can get for somebody that you know that would really love this and really benefit from this. We've got a sensory compression bed sheet, so that clings to the bed around the entire mattress. It keeps you a lot cooler compared to a weighted blanket. I also have weighted blankets on the list if that's not an issue for you. But if it is, this kind of helps keep you cool and still gives you that deep pressure if you're seeking that sensory input. So you got both options. If you want some more weight, if you want less weight, there you go. I also added on here a crash pad because crash pads are wonderful. They're super fun. I love them. They're expensive. So hopefully if you're able to see this before Prime Day and get the price kind of slashed off, or if there's a flash sale, definitely take advantage of it because they're so wonderful, especially if you have a little one that loves to jump off things, tumble, crash, fall. This is perfect. Sensory tiles. These are really cool. I've used these before when I was helping out kids in school, and there's different colors. So let's see, for example, there's a orange and a yellow, a red and a blue, a purple and a pink, a green and a yellow, different colors like that. That when you step on it or put your hand on it or squish it in any way, the liquid gel-like thing inside moves. It's a whole tile, so it's not like it's gonna come out. Depending on the color, it can look like lava, it can look like the ocean. It's super beautiful. Great, great tool. Great tool to dance on or just to kind of look at and just get lost in the colors and the swirls. We've got some trampolines on this list as well. I have some for kids, like indoor ones, outdoor ones, um, big ones, small ones. And this is great if you have somebody that is always seeking that proprioceptive input and that vestibular input. This is perfect. And like I said, these things can be expensive. So if you are seeing this before Prime Day, take advantage of that discount. I added some sensory swings to this list as well. They are wonderful. You feel like you're in this nice little cocoon wrapped up. This is like a nice feeling, a safe place type of feeling. And then, of course, it's a swing. So you're also getting that vestibular input there. So definitely a good thing to check out if you or somebody you know would love this. And this can go inside of your house as long as you're able to put it on a beam for support or a stud. Some people call it a stud, a beam for support. It's wonderful and life changing. One thing I could not skip out on adding for this list was a swivel chair. These are chairs, sensory chair, swivel chair, people call them different things, that your child or an adult is able to sit on. The base is stable, but the chair moves and swivels. So they can spin themselves, you can spin yourself as much as you want for as much sensory input as you like. It can go super fast or it can go slower. I've been on these before, they are very nice. I specifically seek out some vestibular input. So I can tell you that if you like that, I approve of it. Go for it. All right, this next one is really good if you're into water play. This is a water park sprinkler toy, but it's kind of like a dome. It almost feels like you're in a car wash. So if you have kids that are on like bikes or tricycles, they can like ride through and get sprayed and get washed. That's super cool. There's also a version to just put on the ground where everybody gets sprayed. There's a couple. There's one that's like a fire hydrant. There's one that's like an octopus. And this is perfect and accessible. If you're not able to get on a slip and slide, you're able to still get wet and participate. So those are a couple options that I have on my list as well. There's some sensory tables that I put on my list with the sensory bins that come with it, so you can create your own sensory tub. There's some pre-made sensory tubs on there as well. There's empty tubs there as well, so you can fill the sensory bin with whatever you or your child likes. I also added some Will Barger therapy brushes. If you know that your child likes that brushing or if you like that brushing, there's a certain technique that you can use with it to just give that deep pressure all throughout your body. And then I've also added some sensory chew necklaces, some singles, some packs, multi packs that you can use if you have somebody that's always kind of seeking things orally. But this list is long. I've got a lot of things on this list. As of right now, this list has 182 items. So if you think you've heard anything that sounds really cool, or there's tons of other stuff. I have bubble wands, I have expandable balls, I have sensory tents. Go check that out. All right, the next thing I'll talk about is my disability travel essentials because, I mean, it's summer. We out here. We're going to have fun. We're going to travel. So there's some things that we may need for our journeys. Tons of things in this list, but that's all I'll talk about for now. If you guys want to see more, there's, like I said, a lot of things, so you can go check that out. I added a couple medical equipment ID luggage tags that say it's medical equipment to handle with care or that it's fragile because we know, like I said, that these things can be expensive. So we want to make sure that they are handling it with care and just putting that on there so that is just an extra, I guess, level of safety and protection for your stuff. There is a 4-pack pill case portable. I have it, it's somewhere. But these are great. I've used these. This version I have has like 10 different holes, so you can put things in there and you can just kind of carry it in something that is literally like this size, and just put it in your backpack, put it in your luggage, and make sure you have all your medicine that you need to carry. Amazon also has a cell phone lanyard that you can put around your neck, and it's kind of like a hands-free way to have your cell phone. That's perfect. Once again, if you're using a mobility aid, you're not having to kind of hold it with one hand while you're using your mobility aid. You're just able to have it hanging around your neck and grab it really quick if you need to take a picture or video or whatever, and know that it's gonna stay right there. I added a whole bunch of compression socks because with traveling and sitting for long periods of time, our feet can easily swell, so these compression socks are perfect for that. I also put some liquid IV on there, the hydration multipliers, because it's really easy as you're going around and traveling and exploring and looking at all the cool new things to get dehydrated. So this kind of gives you that boost to be hydrated more, because honestly, if you're dehydrated, it's easier to pass out. You start not feeling so well. So this is perfect for any travel and just every day, honestly, if you're doing a lot and you feel like you're doing a lot of strenuous things and you're not able to get enough water or as much water as you'd like, pop one of these in, or tear the package, pour one of these into your water, and it helps. And they're tasty too. I've had some; they're pretty tasty. Of course, having chronic illness and traveling can be rough. I've added some kinesiology tape or some sports tape to help with uh, pain management without having to maybe always carry around the bulkiness of um, maybe like an ankle wrap or a shoulder wrap or a brace or something like that. If you are able to and have that ability to be able to manage your pain with the sports tape, or if you're just wanting to try it, that's on the list as well. So y'all go ahead, look through this, get what you need, and go travel because you deserve it. Okay, like I said, I have a lot more lists, but I'm just gonna pick one more to talk about during this video, and that is disability-friendly school supplies. I know it's summer right now. You don't want to think about going back to school. You don't want to talk about school supplies, but you got to buy it anyways, right? So you might as well try to get it when it's on sale. So within this list, we have things like an adaptive backpack that can clip and attach to the back of a wheelchair. We have backpacks that have openings for feeding tubes, if you're using that or if your child's using that. And we just have some other backpacks with additional pockets and spaces for medical equipment or for things that your child may need. Of course, I had to add some headphones on this list, some noise canceling headphones, because going back to school can be a lot. It can be overstimulating. Um, so sometimes you're able to still hear through the noise canceling headphones, for the most part. So it just kind of the noise canceling headphones kind of just dampen the noises around you to make it a little more tolerable to understand what's going on and take on what's going on in your surroundings without completely blocking out everything. We also have some uh, kind of like adaptive thicker grip utensils, writing utensils, crayons, markers, pencils, everything, um, that I added on the list. And I had to add the good brand too. We got some Ticonderoga on this list. Amazon came through with the thick pencils there. There's also pencil grips as well to help if you maybe need something else, to write with or work with that you can put on your pencil to help make it easier to grip. One thing I love, that I added on this list that I think is really cute is this pizza visual timer for kids. It goes all the way up to 60 minutes. Most of the time you're not using it for that much, but you see it as a pizza, and as the time ticks away, the pizza goes away. That's something you're not interested in or too distracting. There's also other ones with just a simple color that's kind of ticking away. It's visual timers are wonderful. I also have like a digital version of that as well if your child just wants to be able to look at the time and see like a timer countdown. Maybe like they're used to it from watching video games or something with a timer at the top, they can use that. We have some dysgraphia paper. We have loose leaf papers. And we have the notebook version, with lined paper that's kind of thicker, not thicker, but bigger, like bigger spacing. And then there's also those with the highlight markings at the front of each line, just kind of help guide you where you're writing. And I'm very happy that these come in notebooks as well, so that you're not always trying to find exactly a single piece of paper. If you just want like a spiral notebook, it's right there as well. I put a wiggle seat on here. There's a couple. There's some multi-packs. There's some pumps and some without it. And that's just good. You can put it on your seat, sit on top of it, so be able to kind of move and wiggle around, and get that input that you need. And in the same vein, we also have these chair bands that stretch around the top That's front part of the chair that your kid or you are able to kind of kick and move and adjust, and it's not really distracting. They come in multi packs too, so if you're a teacher and you think this is perfect for my classroom, I'm just gonna put it on the chair, every chair, so everybody has one. You can do that. Like I said, I have other lists on my Amazon storefront as well. There's just so many items that I could go through. I'd be here all day. Um, I'll give you some examples. I have a list for chronic illness slash spoonie essentials, um, the best books for disability representation for kids. I also have one about the best books on disability for teens and adults. We've also got accessible toys. We've got adaptive kitchen and dining, disability wellness and self care, some fidget toys, and some mobility and accessibility solutions. Those are just some examples of what I have. The list goes on. Oh, how could I forget? We also have inclusive fashion and adaptive clothing, and that's a long list on there too. So definitely go check it out. If you have the option to see it once again before Prime Day, awesome, go for it. Get those deals. And if not, go check it out anyways because they always have flash deals on stuff. And as you're scrolling through the list, you'll be able to see it'll show you which ones have flash deals. So you can still get your discount. Get your discount. Thank you guys so much for joining. If it's your first time, like I said, welcome. Please like and comment if you think there's something else I could add to any of my lists or to add a whole new list of things. Let me know down in the comments. I love to hear your input. I love to hear what you got out of this. And you can go ahead and subscribe because here I talk about all kinds of things related to disability, awareness, advocacy, inclusion, and I'd love to have you join aboard. So yeah, go ahead and share with a friend to help make the world just a little bit brighter. Thanks, guys. Shine bright.